Yes. I'm just looking at the insider. Yes. Someone who incites another to commit a crime, an aider or abettor. Pooch, aiding and abetting. I've heard of that someplace, giving aid and comforts, treason, misprision of treason. Pooh. Terrorism. Aiding and abetting. Now, I don't want any more dogs disrupting any personal residences. I don't want anybody to incite, yes, the whole concept of throwing people out on the street without a court order that does not allow for 3 days to vacate the premises. Yes, I don't want anyone to take it into their own hands, the actual laws of the United States. Pooch. We should be doing everything as the law requires so as to not get convicted of the terrorism, yes, or the aiding and abetting of those that refuse to force the actual RCWs of the state of Washington. Now, having been the target, okay, of the family's way of doing things for the last 7 years and 3 months, yes, because I have been tortured, terrorized. I've been pissed on. I was killed once. Yes. I've experienced immense amounts of pain and suffering. Yes. I've had everything that I've had broken. Yes. I've been stole from. Now I've been trespassed, burglarized. Ooh. And my sons have been kidnapped and abducted. Yes. I'm thinking that at some point somebody's going to have to realize that the family way of doing things is really terrorism. And the laws that we have passed as a state in the United States, yes, they really do have to be enforced. Now, I know, okay, you thought that you had the legal right to issue court orders, yes. Whereas the respondent, I did not receive actual notice of the hearing, yes. The order was not issued in accordance with the full faith and credit provisions of the VAWA, yes. Now, when you served it on Guam, yes, in 2011, did you violate the full faith and credit provisions of the Violence Against Women's Act, considering I did not have my rights protected? Now, you would say, well, we informed them as soon as we could. Approximately 2 months later, you decided to fax it to. Um, Somebody's been sitting on documents again. I mentioned mail theft. Ooh. When you did not change my address for all those court-ordered mailings of the dissolution of mail, and all of it went to Mike Van Proyen, and then somehow it ended up at mailbox rule, contra principal acceptance becomes a binder offer, so on and so forth. Mail fraud, see fraud. Maim, the type of strength diminishing injury required to support a charge of mayhem. Yes. Wound or injury. Mail certified, registered mail. Of all the mail that you sent to be certified or registered, considering I was named as a respondent in the dissolution of mail, it all said mail returned unclaimed. There was no actual handwriting on the letter. Yes. Because when I look at it, I'm going to want to know the forensic handwriting of the actual person that wrote on the envelope. Yes. Now, this is declaration of mailing on 9/25 of 2012. Yes. Mail returned unclaimed approximately 100 days later. Yes. Then mail returned unclaimed approximately 140 days later. I just wanted to know what was written on the actual envelopes of everything that you sent to the wrong address. Yes. After it was mail returned unclaimed on 1/14 of 2013. Yes. And then whose actual handwriting was used and how long did they sit on it so that I wouldn't get it? Ooh. Now, I never got that dissolution of marriage. Yes. And I never got a notice of court hearings from September 4th of 2012. Yes. But I think that's more than mail fraud. Just looking through the 9As yesterday, mail theft is a really serious crime. One of those. You say you didn't actually steal it, but you didn't send it within a month or so. Pooch. And then there's the forgery of the ex officio Superior Court clerk. Yes. Now, it seems like we're really adding up the crimes here. Could you please explain why it is that you're, well, from January 14th of 2013, mail was returned unclaimed. I just want to know whose handwriting was on it, when did they receive it, and when did they decide to send it back as unclaimed? 100 days could be considered theft, couldn't it? I mean, how long do you have to keep somebody's mail when you know they're not the actual resident of the address? And then you kept sending failure to appears to 1023 Kitchen Dick Road. Yes. Now, I really don't like getting arrested. Yeah. But it should have been certified mail or registered mail. A mail that the U.S. Postal Service records at the time of mailing and at each point on its route so as to guarantee safe delivery. Yes. Then certified mail. Ooh, a receipt must be signed before the mail will be delivered. Nobody signed for my mail because when you make a declaration of mailing, as I understand the civil the laws, yes, one goes first class and one goes either certified, as in you have to sign for it, yes, or signature registered mail. Now, if it didn't get back within 2 or 3 days because somebody did sign for the mail, but it wasn't the actual individuals that are employed at 1023 Kitchen Dick Road, well, how does it take 100 days for the mail to return unclaimed when one of them, I can look at the court rules during the next video. Who the fuck signed for any registered or certified mail right now?